and he is the creator, producer, writer, director, actor of the web series Anacostia, and I'm so happy that he's here. But listen, he's also my childhood homie. Henley Elementary School, what you know about it?
Henley
That's right.
Hornets.
That's right. So I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much.
Thank you
it's
for
been a long
having me.
time.
It's been too long.
And I've been trying to get you forever, but you're so Hollywood.
No, Hollywood busy, kids.
I see you on the Emmys, presenting awards. I see you with the Braxtons and all that. So look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness.
It's a long way from Brandywine Street.
Long way from what they know about Brandywine. They don't know.
Long way from Chesapeake Street.
Don't mess with Brandywine. I'm trying to tell y'all, they don't know. But
it's a long way.
How did you get started, Anthony?
That's a good question. I started out just wanting to do something in entertainment, and wasn't really sure what that was going to be. It started out, I wanted to be for some reason I wanted to be a music video dancer. I wanted to be a hip hop dancer, and so I got my opportunity with to dance in a DMX video called "Get It on the Floor," and they filmed that here in DC. And I was one of the dancers. I slipped and fell off of a table, injured my knee, and they propped me up on a couch with a drink in my hand. And the agent was like, "No, this is not what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to send you out on some auditions." And the first audition I got, I booked, which actually coincidentally led me to meet Tamika Chavis, who plays Mia in Anacostia. And also Dave Bogan, who later came on to do some stuff in Anacostia. And that just led to other auditions. And I said, hey, I like this part of like the entertainment business. So I just started writing my own stuff.
Wait. You said a dancer, baby. Are you a dancer?
I can dance.
Oh, okay.
I can dance. But it's just that particular day, I had on the wrong socks. Well, I had on the wrong shoes. And I was scratching up the table. So I had to take the shoes off. And I had on some dress socks. It's a long story. I had on dress socks and I fell off the table.
But DMX is gangster. He's gangster. So what did he say when you slipped and fell? Did he bark at you? What did he say?
He said, "You bust your ass." and that was basically it. And next thing you know, I was like this, and I think it's
but
like.
But that's cool how they put you on the couch.
Minute 23-second point of that video, you can see me like this, like.
I'm gonna look that up now. I never knew that.
Yeah, get it on the floor. But so it just started out. Then I started writing my own projects. Decided to write my own independent film. I had been on enough sets to know what a script looked like, how it was formatted. I knew enough to be able to manage my own set. And I went on some really bad auditions for The Wire and never got those roles.
So were you're trying to be an actor or you're trying to be a producer?
I was trying to be
a director?
Well, I started out, I wanted to be an actor. I got sent on several auditions, and those auditions pissed me off. Because every time I wouldn't get one of those roles, it was for something stupid. It would be for you wasn't tall enough, you wasn't black enough, you wasn't hard enough, and stuff like that. And I was like, that's just stupid. And so I said, and I saw Spike Lee doing an interview on Inside the Actors Studio, and they asked him, well, how did he start? And he said he just did not see the projects that he felt he would want to see. So instead of complaining about it, he did something about it and started creating his own stuff.
That's still hard for blacks in the business?
Yes. Yes. I mean, as far as we've come, we still have a very long way to go. Like even us now with having a show that has 4 Emmy nominations, we don't get the coverage that our Caucasian counterpart shows get. And but you have to accept that and say, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to do a product that people are going to really enjoy and like.
Now, why Anacostia?
I wanted to do a show about a place that was familiar to me, and that a place that had such a negative. Anacostia is very polarizing. So you either have a very positive reviews of it, or you have very negative reviews of it. When I formatted this show, I did not want the people to, I didn't want to exploit the area, because I felt like there was enough of that being done on your local news every night. I wanted to take the positive and the negative aspects of the area and wrap it up into characters. So if you look at this show, there are negative There are not so flattering characters, and then there are very positive, upstanding characters, and that is, in essence, what Anacostia is as a whole. And so I think something about the word Anacostia just rolls off your mouth very easily.
How hard has it been to get funding? Because come on.
Funding, what's that?
That's right. That's right. Because
What's
you're
that?
the producer. You're the executive producer.
Well, lesson number one. If you can use somebody else's money, use somebody else's money. I did not know that when we first started, so I used my own money. And that turned into some very well learned mistakes, which had learning lessons to them. Like I had 2 cars repossessed because I had
Only 2?
Yeah, only 2. I had 2 cars repossessed because I had a vision that there was something in me burning to get this show done, and whatever that meant, I was going to get it done. And so funding was not where I would have liked it to have been for the first couple of seasons, and then it started to change around season 3, season 4. This season, it got way better than what it was. This season got way better than what it was. So now I think that we're in that progression of where we can start bringing in more financial people.
Because I was noticing that you're getting some really top-notch actors and actresses that are coming in, and I said they don't work on. They're not cheap. I mean, I'm like, Emmy got some money. They're not cheap. So what?
Well,
Is that because of the recognition? Is that because of your word is out? Is that because you're better business?
I think it's because of the work that they have looked at the show, and they've said that they've enjoyed the show. Every guest star that we've had come on has looked at the show and said, "Wow, I really love what you've done with this show. I really love what you've done with these characters. There's nothing else really like it out there. The writing is so detail oriented. It's such a detail oriented job with the writing, and it's easy to write a character, but it's hard to write a character that you can tell." Within those 10 episodes, there is a beginning, middle, and end to who they are and why they're doing this. And so when you have what's well-rounded writing like that, it will attract talent. Like if you have great writing, it will attract top-notch talent. And I've been very fortunate to have attracted top-notch talent, but it goes deeper than that. You have to know how to speak to people. You have to know how to sell your product to people within 3 minutes, because that's all people usually will give you is like 3 minutes to pitch that you want them on the show. And you have to have a clear and detail-oriented vision for that person. And when you have all that, they feel comfortable enough to trust their talent in your hands.
You deal with some controversial issues. Child molestation, alcoholism, rape. Where does that come from?
It comes from, I feel as though our mainstream shows dealing with the African American storylines don't touch those stories. I think that the rape that we experienced on the show was not a male-female rape. It was a male-male rape, and you don't really see that in the mainstream on mainstream television shows. And then the fallout from that has been, what I loved about doing that storyline was the line of questioning that the detective gives this gay man, almost to insinuate that, well, it's your fault because you were gay. And what were you doing when this happened to you? Dealing with alcoholism, we tackled alcoholism, but we just didn't tackle alcoholism. We eventually went to the reason why Selena is an alcoholic. We delve into reasons why Martha Burns' character, who is a pimp, disliked men. It's because when she was married to her husband, he used to beat her. And you cannot have, and once again, going back to the writing, you can't write a character and just have them do something just for the sake of doing it, just because it looks good on a script. You have to have a reason why that this person has to have a background of why this has happened. And I think with this show, with every character that is on this canvas, if you look throughout the progress of the show from season 1 through season 5, every character you see the reason why they are the way that they are.
Now you're in the 5th season. Can you believe that?
No,
Really?
no,
When you started, you didn't expect that it would go this long?
no. I probably thought up to season 2, because a lot of people don't know that I wasn't the original Sean that was slated for the show. We had another actor who signed on to do the show, and then when we told him that he had to that there was going to be an episode to where, I think 5 episodes into the first season, where he had to kiss another actor, he was just like, I can't do that.
So you just stepped and said, I'll do it.
No, it wasn't even that. We actually tried to work around it to see how it could be done, but I have this rule. Like, if I visualize it and it's possible to get done, it has to get done. Like I don't like cheating myself, because I feel like when I cheat myself, I cheat the viewers of the show. And I knew that kiss was going to be very important to the viewers, also not only the gay viewers, but also the straight viewers who wasn't expecting it. And when that kiss happened, it was very positive and very negative reactions. But we had to do it because it had to be done. And so when we couldn't find another actor, our casting person at that time, Cynthia James, said, "Why don't you just go ahead and do it?" Because we were 3 days from the first photo shoot. And so she was like, "Why don't you just step into that role, kill yourself off at the end of the first season," which, if you see the first season, my character technically was supposed to die at the end of the first season. And then that character just sort of like, there was a groundswell for that character and what he had been through. So by the time we got to season 2, I was like, all right, well, he's going to be dead. But then it just turned out that I ended up sticking with the role, turned into an Emmy nominated, the first ever for an African American male in the lead actor category at the Emmys.
Now, talk to some of your cast members, and are you difficult?
I don't think I'm difficult. I think what I am is I am very I'm very passionate about what I want. I'm very passionate about what I want. Like, I think it's difficult when you are the writer and you are also the director. That combination is a deadly combination to any actor, when the director who is the writer is on set that day, because sometimes people want to augment your script and they want to maybe throw in some things that you can't do that because it messes up what's to come. And so I am very detail oriented. I like what I like. If I wrote it, I want to see it play out. If I visualize it, if I say this is how it's going to be done, you can have your opinion. At the end of the day, it's going to be done the way that I want it to have it done.
That's called control.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not called control. It's called being a director.
Okay.
There's a difference in being controlled and being a director. This is your vision. Like, this is what you want to do, but you don't know what's coming next. So if I let you do what you want to do, it throws off what this next actor is going to do. It throws off what the next story is going to be. So I think that maybe there have been some times where people have felt like I'm difficult, but I'm not hard to work with. There is a difference. So if I'm difficult, we are at 50 episodes. And you can't get to 50 episodes without being difficult.
That's right. All right now. Now listen, we got to wrap this up. Season 5, what can we expect?
Season 5 will probably go down as one of our most ambitious seasons of all of the seasons. I mean, I knew going into it that we were approaching 50 episodes, that it needed to be bigger, better, and badder. We brought in an incredible cinematographer by the name of Jake Simpson, who I've been wanting to work with for years, and just said, okay, he lives too far. He's not going to want to travel to come to DC. And lo and behold, he sort of fell into my lap. And I think that the writing has gotten way better. I think that the directing has been incredible. I think that the performances have been incredible. I think the overall production itself is on some other stuff. it's not like anything out of DC, and that's no shade to anybody. No shade to anybody. That's no shade to anybody. I feel like that's the truth. When I look at it, and I can barely look at my stuff sometimes. When I look at it, it feels different. And even when I was talking to the cast, when we were in the editing process, I would send them text messages saying, it looks like a different show. It feels like a different show. But I think the overall viewer is going to be put on an emotional roller coaster that's not going to end. And when it does finally end, with that season finale, you're going to be wondering, when can I get back on?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love you.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
You are my homie. We grew up together, and I'm just so proud of you. I'm serious. I have tears every time. I didn't want to cry like Oprah, but I'm serious. I love you. I'm so proud of
Thank
you.
I am proud. I'm proud of you. I think I'm proud of anyone that comes from DC, that comes from, well, of course, that comes from the background,
Southeast DC,
that comes from that part of town. Because there were times that people told me that if you wasn't going, there were people, like, let's be real, there were people who told me that I was never going to be shit.
That's right.
There were people who mocked.
What good comes out of
right? Who mocked me?
I went to Maryland University. That's what they
Yeah,
said.
I mean, just personal stuff. I mean, there were people who mocked me because of my stutter, who said I wasn't going to be shit, who said I could never do shit. There were people who, when I started this show, said basically, go fuck yourself. Like, I'm not working on that show with you. What is a web series, and stuff like that. But you would be surprised how many of those people will call you back when your show gets 4 Emmy nominations.
Hello. And with that said, thank y'all for joining us. You need me to clap, honey? You don't know. They'll be treating you funny when you're sitting up there with Puffy, don't they? They treat you funny.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you. I
Thank
love you. I'm
Thank
serious.
you. I'm
So
proud
you
of
work
you.
very hard. You work very
Thank
hard.
you.
And you are still the young man that I met with integrity. No,
Thank
you had integrity back then. You were serious about what was right and what was wrong when we were kids. I'm serious. You kept us all in line. And it was unreal. And I was like, Anthony, always trying to be somebody's father.
And lo and behold, I am somebody's dad.
And you somebody's dad.
I am somebody's dad.
But I appreciate you guys for coming by.
Thank you for
I know
inviting
I'm not
us.
even on your standard. But
no, yes
you
are. No, yes you are. Because if you wasn't, we wouldn't be here. And also, you can find the show at www.youtube.com/Anacostia series, or just go to Google and type in Anacostia series. We have 5 seasons, 50 episodes. By the end of this year, it'll be 60. Jesus. And fingers crossed that some great things are going to be coming on. We're working on some incredible guest stars for season 6. Am
I gonna be in season 6?
Of course you can. Come on. And I just want to say personally, from myself and the cast to anyone watching, we just want to thank you guys for being supportive of us from season 1. It's been 9 years. And there aren't that many shows that we started out with that are still around, but we're still around and we're still kicking it, and we're still having. And the great thing is, we still are having a good time, and we like each other. That's very important.
Yeah.
That is very important when you're dealing with a big ensemble cast. Everyone has to like each other. So I'm glad that everyone still likes each other, and they look forward to coming to work.
You heard it. You guys are gonna be hooked. I'm hooked. Thank you. Thank you.